Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. First and foremost, let me apologize that my throat is still sore, and as you all know, I need not even tell you, as you dear friends and subscribers know, that what is my passion for this fantastic game of cricket. I am here to talk to you, and also because of all your support and your cooperation, I'm out here. As I know, probably one would be feeling that that I'm speaking with a sore throat, but I have no choice because this is something which really reinvigorates me as far as my life is concerned. Let me start my show then. So as far as today's show is concerned, I have to say there are two matches that I'm going to look at. And we are talking about the IPL, and what a day in the IPL today. This IPL is really turning out to be very eventful. IPL 2017, as there were two hat-tricks today. The one hat-trick was taken by Samuel Badree in the match against Royal Challengers vs Mumbai Indians, but unfortunately Samuel Badree had to actually end up on the losing side, as it was the Mumbai Indians who were really put in a real strife when half the side was in the pavilion for probably, if I'm not wrong, I'm just trying to see the score here. Half of the Mumbai Indians side, they were in dire straits. There was 7 for 4 at one stage and 33 for 5, and then it was Kieron Pollard who took them to victory. But as I said, Samuel Badree, even though he took a hat-trick, he ended down on the losing side. The other match was between Gujrat Lions versus Rising Pune Super Giants. There was another hat-trick there, and this time the hat-trick was coming in from the Gujrat Lions bowler Andy Ty. What a brilliant spell from him. He took a hat-trick as well, and not only that, look at his bowling figures. 4 overs, no maiden, 17 runs and 5 wickets. And there was absolutely no doubt who was the man of the match. It was Andy Ty, who used the wicket to good effect by using his knuckle ball beautifully. And also the thing was that Andy Ty was making his debut for Gujrat Lions in the IPL, and what a turnaround for him. 5-wicket bag. And then the Gujrat Lions, Rising Pune Super Giants, continued to struggle in this Indian Premier League 2017. It has been a really very big struggle for them, no doubt about it. And the reason I say that is because Rising Pune Super Giants have been finding it very tough. Even though they have a famed batting lineup, it has really let them down. Even though they made 171, Gujrat Lions were equal to the task, and Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum at the top of the order, blasting 94 in, I would say, 53 deliveries, which was really blitzkrieg, I would say. And that was it. That really clinched the issue as far as that match was concerned. But it was all about 2 hat-tricks happening, one ending on the winning side, one ending on the losing side. So now, the first match I'm going to look at has been the 12th match, Royal Challengers Bangalore. And as you know, Royal Challengers Bangalore, for the first time, Virat Kohli, the captain, was leading the side, and that was great news. And Virat Kohli and Chris Gayle were the ones who opened the innings. The toss was won by the Mumbai Indians at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, and it was the Mumbai Indians captain Rohit Sharma putting the Royal Challengers Bangalore into bat, and outwalked Virat Kohli with Chris Gayle. And definitely one saw that there was a very good start, opening start that happened after Virat Kohli came in. And Virat Kohli and Gayle, well, I wouldn't say they were very aggressive, but nevertheless it was a decent start after Virat Kohli came back. And it was a decent start as they were Virat Kohli was doing the scoring. Gayle also was doing well, and both actually had taken the score to 63 in 9.2 overs, which was by the standards of Chris Gayle and Kohli at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. One could say the 63 was not a really good start, but I would say just enough to really start off, I would say. But then it was the first wicket was gone when Chris Gale, after making 22 of 27 balls, 2 fours and 1 6, was a victim of Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya got them the breakthrough, got behind by Parthiv Patel. He was gone first. So that made it 63 for 1. Virat Kohli was joined in by de Villiers. De Villiers definitely was allowing Virat Kohli to deal with the bowlers. And AB de Villiers was really playing a subdued role, one could say. But in the meanwhile, Kohli was looking pretty good in his knock of 62 of 47 deliveries with 5 fours and 2 sixes before Mitchell McClenaghan picked up his wicket, getting him caught by Butler, and that was a big wicket for them. So that made it 110 for 2 in the 16th over. And then it was after that start that Gale and Kohli gave, I thought Royal Challengers Bangalore batting really, and also AB de Villiers was out for 19 of 21 balls, 1 6 to the bowling of Krunal Pandya, the left-arm spinner, who really bowled well. I thought he really troubled all the batsmen. Even AB de Villiers was finding it a bit tough to deal with Krunal Pandya. And also, one has to credit, Tim Southee went for some plenty of runs in one particular over when AB de Villiers went after, Kohli went after him to deposit him for his 6 and 2 boundaries. McLennan today, after a long time, one thought he bowled a decent spell. Bumrah did well, and Krunal Pandya did a fine job as well. But after that, there was nothing left for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They couldn't really, I wouldn't say capitalize, but definitely they found the bowling to be tough. Harbhajan Singh bowled a good spell as well. And finally, Mandeep Singh Jadhav was run out for 9 by Bumrah of 8 balls. Mandeep Singh, who came lower down the order, was out for naught, bowled by McClenaghan. Negi was not on 13, Binny was not on 6 or 4 balls, and Royal Challengers Bangalore ended up with 142 for 5 of their 20 overs. As far as the bowling was concerned, Tim Southee was costly, 2 overs 23. Harbhajan Singh once again continued his good work that he did yesterday. 4 overs no made and none for 23 for Harbhajan Singh. Mitchell McClenaghan, for the first time we saw in the IPL that he could get a handle on the batsman. 4 overs no made and 2 for 20. Bumrah was a bit costly today. 4 overs was clattered for 39. Hardik Pandya, 2 overs cost him 9 runs and 1 wicket. And Krunal Pandya, the left-arm spinner, definitely impressing with his all-round prowess here. 4 overs no made and 1 for 21. As far as the Mumbai Indians were concerned, they were given a target of 145, and there was absolutely the Bangalore Stadium, I would say, at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore was going berserk today as Samuel Badree started. And in fact, Samuel Badree was playing for Royal Challengers Bangalore, and what a turn! He got a hat-trick, and let me tell you what exactly happened. The first to go, it was a big wicket. Stuart Binney was the one who provided them a very quick breakthrough when he picked up the wicket of Josh Butler, caught by Gale. A good catch taken, and Josh Butler was trying to slash him away. He was gone for 2 or 5 balls. It made it 7 for 1 in the second over. And then this was the hat-trick that happened. The first to go, Samuel Badree was the bowler, the leggy, and first Badree forced Parthiv Patel to actually play the ball through the offside, and Gale picked up the catch. He was gone for 3 of 8 balls, and the next to go was Mitchell McClenaghan, who was actually promoted as a pinch hitter, probably in the mode of Sunil Narine the other day. They decided to send in Mitchell McClenaghan to have a go, and he definitely had a go at the very first delivery that he faced from Badree. And he deposited that ball into the hands of Mandeep Singh, who was standing inches inside the fence. So he was gone for naught. So that was 2 in 2 for Badree, and then the hat-trick delivery. And look at that man he dismissed. Look at that hat-trick delivery and the wicket. He dismissed the Mumbai Indians captain Rohit Sharma, once again beaten by a googly, and this time Rohit Sharma was absolutely nonplussed as Badree, with his hat-trick delivery, got through the defences of Rohit Sharma with a googly which clean bowled him for naught, and it was an ecstatic situation for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. I'm sure their supporters would have been dancing in the aisle. 7 for 4 was the score. Mumbai Indians were reeling at that stage at 7 for 4. with only, and then we had two new batsmen at the crease. Samuel Badree was on fire. Nitesh Rana and Kieron Pollard were the new batsmen at the crease. And one knows that Nitesh Rana is someone who has done very well in this IPL, and he has been doing well as in Kieron Pollard, as you know, is out of form. So one would have probably said that Nitesh Rana was the best bet for the Mumbai Indians at that juncture, and Kieron Pollard was out of form. But one would have probably thought that it would have been Kieron Pollard who had been dismissed, but it was not the case. In fact, it was Nitesh Rana once again, Badree coming into the mix and forcing Nitesh Rana to play a shot. Caught Arvind Bol Badree for 11 of 16 balls with 1-4, and now the Mumbai Indians batting was in absolute shambles. Half the side was in the pavilion for 33 runs in the 8th over, and it looked like Royal Challengers Bangalore were definitely in with a chance, I would say, because the reason I said that is because they still had some batting, even though the out-of-form Pollard was at the crease, and then they had Krunal and the Pandya brothers to come, and Harbhajan Singh still to follow. So definitely hope was not lost, and Kieron Pollard was the crease. And Kieron Pollard decided, and for a change, for the first time we saw Kieron Pollard. I mean, what a way for Kieron Pollard to really hit form at the very, very right time. I mean, 33 for 5 in the 8th over, and Kieron Pollard was joined in by Krunal Pandya, the brother of Hardik Pandya. And Krunal Pandya is also another one like Nitish Rana who has been contributing very consistently both with bat and ball. And today he gave the much needed support that Kieron Pollard needed. He decided to stay at the crease and allow Pollard to do the scoring, and Pollard definitely started it all by smashing some, really showing some real muscle in actually hitting those sixes. He showed that real power that when Kieron Pollard is known for. It was very good to see after a very, very long time one was seeing Kieron Pollard unleash some very, very good strokes, and that was good to see. For the first time, he has been in woeful form for quite some time, even on the international scene, and it was good to see, and what a right time for him to come in form. Krunal Pandya provided him the requisite support as that was going on, and Kieron Pollard was doing it. He was getting the Mumbai Indians closer to the target. What a partnership from 33. Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya, they took the match till the 18th over without losing a wicket, which was very well done, I thought, because the partnership was almost like a 94-run partnership, a brilliant partnership. And Kieron Pollard was hitting sixes. He was sending Chahal into the fence. Negi was dismissed. Taimul Mills was also getting a bit of tap from Kieron Pollard. Krunal Pandya was also playing very well. And finally, when the score reached 126 in the 18th over, Kieron Pollard had to go. But after he had done a wonderful job for his side, contributing 70 of 47 balls, 3 fours and 5 sixes, which everyone, as you know, he's a great crowd puller. And today Kieron Pollard showed why with his muscular shots that he played as he fell a victim to the bowling of Chahal. After that, it was the Pandya brothers into the picture, and Krunal Pandya was the one who made sure that there won't be any further mishap, as he saw to it that with his brother Pandya, he played a good hand, not out on 37 of 30 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. And Hardik Pandya was the one who did the winning honours for Mumbai Indians when he smote a 6 of the bowling of Taimul Mills. What a shot that was from Hardik Pandya. Absolutely beautifully hit by Hardik Pandya into the stands. And that was it for the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians winning the match by 4 wickets. And Royal Challengers Bangalore, even after getting Virat Kohli and Andy de Villiers in the side, they lost the match. The bowling, Badree, tremendous bowling. In fact, the man of the match went to Kieron Pollard, but Badree was absolutely magnificent. 4 overs, 1 made and 9 runs and 4 wickets for Samuel Badree. Binny 2 overs, 1 for 14, providing the breakthrough. Arvind 4 overs, none for 21. Taimul Mills was pasted around all around the ground today. 3.5 overs, no made and none for 36. Chahal went for 31 of his 3 overs, 1 wicket. Pawan Negi 2 overs, none for 28. Now I don't have much time. I have to get on to the next match here. The next match that I'm talking to you about is probably going to be much shorter here. It's Gujrat Lions versus rising Pune Super Giants. So it was the rising Pune Super Giants were the ones who actually. Now this was a surface, I would say, was a sort of a two-pace wicket. So the ball was really stopping and runs were not really easy to score. So one had to really watch what one was doing. And this was played at Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Rajkot. And rising Pune Super Giants were the ones who were batting first. Well, they definitely, Ajinkya Rahane was the first wicket to go today, dismissed by Bhuvneshwar Kumar for not. So that was a big wicket, and that was done in the first over itself. After that, it was Rahul Tripathi who contributed 33 of 17 deliveries. And that was the time it all started. Andy Ty was playing for the first time for the rising Pune Super Giants in the IPL for the Gujrat Lions. And look at this, he first picked up the wicket of Rahul Tripathi when Rahul Tripathi tried to slash a shot as Finch actually picked up the catch, and Tripathi was out for 33 of 17 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. Stephen Smith contributed a very quick 43 of 28 balls with 6 fours and 1 6, and he was a victim of his namesake Smith. Dwayne Smith was the one who picked up the wicket of Stephen Smith, the captain, for 43. After that, now from then on, it was tie all the way. Now started the I would say the hat trick for tie. It all started with a wicket. He picked up Rahul Tripathi in the 5.5. Then the wicket of it was all in the end that Andy Ty went on to pick up those hat trick. In fact, the next wicket to go. What a delivery. I mean, one has to say that Andy Ty, who really has a very good ball that moves around, moves outside, and he also has a good slower delivery, and then that knuckle ball which comes at the back of the hand, beautifully bowled, I thought. And Ben Stokes' defences, he was rattled. His timber was rattled by Ty, and Ben Stokes was gone. 25 18 balls, 2 fours, 1 6. Manoj Tiwari contributed 31 of 27 balls. Before that, it was Dhoni, who is having a really a very poor IPL 2017, and Jadeja was the one who had him LBW for 5. So it was real pressure on the rising Pune Super Giants there, and then Ty was the one who capitalized on that. Then in the final over, he went on to dismiss Manoj Tiwari, caught by Ishan Kishan, bowled by Ty for 31 27 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. Then he picked up the wicket of Ankit Sharma for 25, 15 balls, 2 fours, 1 6. And Shardul Thakur was clean bowled by Ty, and that was the hat trick for Andy Ty. And Andy Ty, what a bowling performance from Andy Ty. Andrew Ty, he had 4 overs, no maiden, 17 runs, and he picked up 5 wickets. That's tremendous performance, I thought, because and he truly deserved the man of the match award, no doubt about it. Chad was not on 3, Ferguson not out on 1. And as I said, Andy Ty's figures were the one which stood out. I mean, taking a 5-wicket bag in a T20 is something which has to be really commended. Look at P. Kumar, Praveen Kumar Praveen Kumar normally, as you know, he's a very economical bowler, but today he was absolutely thrashed. In 1 over, he was taken for 25 runs in a single over. I reckon it was Ben Stokes or Stephen Smith. I'm not really sure about that, but he was taken for 25 runs in a single over. And look at his bowling figures. It was absolutely damaged. 4 overs, 1 for 51, which is it's an absolute rarity to see Praveen Kumar get hit in such a fashion. Basil Thampi, 3 overs, none for 20. When he also hit Stephen Smith on the ribs today when he tried to pull a delivery. Jagati, 1 for 22, could not impress. And he tried to pick up the balls. Jadeja, 1 for 40 on his return. Smith, 2 overs, 1 for 10. Raina. Gujrat Lions, they got an electric start today with Dwayne Smith actually opening the innings with Brendan McCullum, and they really charged. They were absolutely charged up. Look at the bowling figures, were all totally dismissed. In fact, they went after Ankit Sharma. Lockie Ferguson was hit with whatever pace he was bowling, and Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum were really smashing the rising Pune Super Giants bowlers, and the partnership was really, I would say, careening along as they added 94 runs for the first wicket, as I said, in 53 deliveries. The contribution being Dwayne Smith making 47 of 30 deliveries, 8 fours, 1 6. Brendan McCullum smashing 49 of 32 deliveries, 5 fours and 3 sixes. And then we saw Karthik, and then Imran Tahir was another thing that one had to speak about. Imran Tahir was brought on because the pace bowlers could not make an impression, and Imran Tahir, I have to tell you that he has never had such a treatment in any T20 form of game that he has played, whether it is international or national. He had 10 fours taken off his bowling, which is something which we'll never probably talk about. But Imran Tahir today was totally, I would say, he was dismantled. I would say 4 overs was smashed for 53 runs, especially with the Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum combination. 1 for 53, Imran Tahir damaged. Raina and Finch were the ones who took them to victory. In fact, Raina and Finch played in really aggressive fashion. They kept up the momentum and saw to it that Gujrat Lions won this match in a very wonderful manner by 7 wickets, with Raina not of 35, 22 deliveries, 4 fours, 1 6. Aaron Finch was the one who clobbered an unbeaten 33 of 19 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes, and one of those 6 was a winning hit, which came when he actually smote Lockie Ferguson into the stands. 172-3, they won the match, and Gujrat Lions, who rising Pune Super Giants, continued to struggle in the Indian Premier League 2017. The bowling, Ankit Sharma 1 for 16, Ferguson 4 overs, went for 44, Shardul Thakur 1 for 14, Ben Stokes for 18, 4 overs for 53, was something that one has never seen from Imran Tahir, normally an economical bowler. 1 for 53, Chahar went for 26 of his 3 with 1 wicket. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think that's about time for me to put a lid on this cricket show for today by signing off, but telling you that there are 2 more matches which are coming up tomorrow. That's in the Indian Premier League 2017. I'll be back with those cricket summaries tomorrow. That's on a Saturday. And till such time that happens, this is your host Ram signing off.